So the very first pair we have here is AUDCHF. This is the daily time frame. The daily time frame is currently bullish. The daily time frame is bullish, right? This is the higher high, this is the higher low. So basically on the daily time frame, you still need a retracement to buy. The weekly time frame, it had an engulfing candle right here this last week. So this last week was very bullish on AUDCHF, right? On the 4-hour time frame, it's also bullish. This is the higher high and this is the higher low, which means if price is getting back to area of interest, it's going to switch bearish, right? So we might not have that 2 time frame in sync when price gets back to area of interest. So we still need to like monitor price when it's at area of interest to know whether we have those 2 time frame in sync. So no need to delay the area of interest. It's basically the same area of interest we are going to be using, right? Multiple areas from support, multiple rejections from area of interest, right? So that is the first pair. I'm not sure I'm adding it for this week. It might not play out early. It might play out late next week or early next week. GBPUSD, we are still going to be following the same game plan. We are waiting for a break and retest above here to buy, or a break and retest below here to sell. Basically, price is still around within that range. It hasn't broken up or down yet. So since price is around here, close to this area, we can just add it for the pairs for the week, expecting the break to happen this week. Next pair, GBPCHF. All right, let me come close and see what we have. GBPCHF is bullish. It's bullish on the daily. Let's see the weekly. Let's delete everything. Let's see the weekly is, I think this is that pair that we are at the historical low. Let's see. Yep, that is the one. That anytime we have come here, we have always rejected up. So we came here somewhere in 2022, somewhere in 2023 again, and 2024 and 5. So price is around that area. We are expecting the rejection to the upside, right? From the weekly time frame, you can see that price had 3 weeks of bearish. 3 weeks were bearish, and then this last week was a bullish candle, almost like a doji candle for us to continue buying. Right, let's see the daily again. The daily is bullish, and let's see the 4-hour. The 4-hour, alright, the 4-hour is bearish. So let's just draw the area of interest first so that we will know where we are in this chart. This is very confusing chart. So the area of interest is still here. All right, let's draw it. So from area of interest, you can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4 rejection from area of interest. All right, let's go to the 4-hour now. All right, from the 4-hour shows that we are above area of interest now, and the area of interest is cleaner here on the 4-hour. If you look, it has basically, price has basically stopped at that areas, at the area of interest, right? Even here. So now that we're above area of interest, but price is still bearish on this time frame, on the 4-hour time frame. So I think it's wise for price to switch bearish on the 4-hour time frame for us to be interested. So this is what I'm looking at. So we still need another break and retest above this level right here. Let me see. Yep. We still need a clear shift. It's like there's a trend line here. Something. Anyway, let me connect this tree first. So there's a trend line somewhere here, right? We still need a clear shift. I want price to create one high first, because an uptrend is made up of higher highs and higher lows. So if there's no really high for us to How are we going to buy in a market that is supposed to have higher highs and higher lows? So at least we need one more high. So we need price to still break above this high for a new high to be created, right? So this makes sense. Let's see how the 1 hour will look. All right, the 1 hour is still deciding if it's bullish or bearish because there's just a lot of consolidation here. So we'll still be waiting for that break and retest above, right? So that's that for GBPCHF. Let me draw the lines. Let me draw the paths now. Break and retest above here, and let us see whether we have around psychological level. All right, there's no around psychological around that area. Is there any here? All right, that is the second pair for the week. Let me see how long it might take. This might end up not really happening. This might not end up happening this week because for price to create multiple candles to get just to around this side of the chart, it's still going to take price 4 days and 8 hours. That is like on Thursday or Friday or something. So it might happen or it might not happen this week. So let's just add it for the pairs for now until we start getting other pairs. This pair we missed it last week, and I've been waiting for this pair. See, that's why sometimes Forex will just want to piss you off, right? I've been waiting for this pair for, let me show you guys again, since around here, waiting for this pair for about 70 days now, right? So we finally had a break this last week and then just left. So we are not really interested in this pair. The market, the move have already happened, right? We can't expect a retest. It's not going to happen anytime now. This is the daily time frame. This is like 3, 4, 5 days of consecutive bullish. The price was totally bullish this last week. I was expecting that retest for us to enter. It didn't happen, right? So let's just delete and move to the next pair. NZD JPY. All right, let's delete everything. Daily time frame. Daily time frame. Daily time frame is all over the place. Let us see the weekly. And let us see the daily, the 4 hour, I mean. So only the 4 hour that looks clean. You don't have any 2 time frame in sync, in my opinion. 1, 2, 3. Next pair. This is Euro GBP, right? Let's delete everything. Daily time frame. Daily time frame is bearish. Okay. Weekly time frame is bullish. 4 hour time frame is bearish. There's no 2 time frame in sync here, and there's no even clean market. There's no clean market, and there's no even 2 time frame in sync. I'm not interested. Next pair, AUDUSD. AUDUSD of last week. I think we also missed this one too. This went ahead and gave us a 1:6 risk to reward ratio, even went all the way to about 1:7, but let's just say 1:3 or something. Anyway, so that one was missed. Let us see what we have this week. Wow, price is basically at the highest high. Oh, not really, but I like using current price data, right? I like using current price data to analyze this right here. This move, all these price action that happen around here. This is in when 2024 November. It's way too far for me, right? So there's no need paying attention to this market anymore. Right, price is basically at the high. We need more market structure to be paying attention to AUD USD. AUDJPY. Let's delete everything. Daily time frame is bullish, and it looks like it's the same thing like I just mentioned on AUD USD. Right, it's clearly at the highest high. All this price action that is happening here is about, you know what, let me measure it. The last price action is here, right? So from here to here to here, it's about 231 days ago, right? I don't think that price data that was happening there, whatever economic event that was happening during that time, is different from any economic event that's happening right now, right? So I prefer to use current price data because it makes more sense to me, right? Since it's sort of a strategy, it's a strategy that is built on sense, right? There's no need for me to take data all the way of like 200 days ago data to analyze current market. I'm going to lose, right? So clearly at the highest high, we are not paying attention to that market anymore. Euro AUD. All right, now I think this one kind of looks good. Let us see what we have. All right, Euro AUD. I think it was bullish and it just reached bearish. So this is the daily time frame, right? Let us draw this area right here, and then let us cover all the points. I think this is good enough, right? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Should I call this 6 and 7? So there's a lot of tabs from this area, which means this area is a very strong area of interest, right? So, and this time frame I didn't even mention, this time frame is bearish right now. This is the lower low and this is the lower high, right? So this time frame is bearish. All right, so even from the EMA is switching bearish right now. So let's go to the weekly and see what if we have something there. Weekly, weekly weekly is, what should I call this, bullish or bearish now? Should I use this? Let's go to the 4-hour. Oh my god, bro. 4-hour is bearish, but if price gets back to area of interest, it's going to make it bullish. I'm not really sure I'm going to trade this week. You can't even get to area of interest without turning bullish. No. So basically what makes more sense is for price to get back to area of interest, then we look for sales, but price is going to turn bearish, bullish on the 4-hour time frame, which is not good for the trade, right? Let us look for around psychological level. Somebody was asking me about around psychological level. I covered that, but this is how to draw around psychological level, right? You check these numbers right here, if you look for round numbers that is close to your area of interest, right? So you just hover all over your screen, just check these numbers right here. Me, what I usually do, right? I just pick up this two right here, horizontal line. I just add it anywhere in my chart, just like this, right? Then I go over to settings and look for any number that is closest to the number that is, I look for any round number, round psychological level. I look for any round whole number that is close to my area of interest, right? So I'll go over to settings. The closest round number I can see here is 1.78 thousand. I'll just go to settings and just write 1.708 thousand sharp. So you can see this is the round psychological level right here. So this particular pair we are looking to sell, but price has to come back to area of interest first, and for some reason don't have to turn bearish on the 4-hour time frame, which it definitely would turn bearish if price break above here, right? Then we'll look for reasons to sell with a 1-hour time frame. So I'm not really sure how to play this market, but that's what we should be looking for, right? So let us look for other pairs. Maybe we'll remove these pairs later. So GBPNZD, another pair. Let us see. This pair is bearish on this time frame. So this is the daily time frame, is bearish, and okay, we have a lot of support and resistance level around where current market price is, which is not good, because we almost should be looking for sales on this pair since the time frame is bearish. Weekly time frame is bullish, and the 4-hour time frame is what? Bearish. Alright, so in this case we are going to be working with the 4-hour time frame the most, right? So this is the lower low, this is the lower high. Price has retraced back into area of interest, and it has an engulfing from the 4-hour time frame, right? Around psychological level, again, pick your horizontal tool, come to around area of interest and look for a round number there. So I can see 2.28 thousand, right? So let's go to settings. As you can see, that is a round psychological level right there, right? So let us see how the 1-hour will look. So this trade is still risky, but compared to all these trades, all this market I just finished calling, this one is still good for me. So this time frame now, currently this 1-hour time frame, right, is bullish, right? This time frame is bullish. So for us to sell now, we are basically working with there's two time frame in sync. The daily is also bearish and the 4-hour is also bearish, so there's two time frame in sync. It's just that daily time frame has an area, right? Let me show you. We have a support area that price has been, that is a strong area that price could react from. If you check, price has stalled around this area for some time, which means it's a strong area, right? Basically, so this might just be my number one pair for the week, even if it's a risky one. It's just the one that makes sense the most so far that we're analyzing, right? So we have this minor support and resistance level right here that I want to draw, and I'll explain why. It's so that if I'm calling this market bullish, which I should, because it is bullish, right? This is price going bearish, and all right, let's just draw it. Let's just draw it out. So this is price going bullish, right? And then switch bearish, and price pretty much did all this. And this is where current market price is. So this is exactly what I'm saying. Let me bring it down. So this is what I'm saying. So price was bearish from here to here. It continued bearish and then it switched bullish, breaking these highs, right? But it has still not broken this low. So because it broke this high again, making this the higher high and this the higher low, it still haven't broken this low yet to make this market bearish, right? So you still have to break and retest under here like this for us to sell. That's the reason I'm drawing that minor box. So it's going to be basically be the same thing, right? We need price to still break and retest under this level right here to sell, right? So that is that. So GBPNZD, I'm adding it as my number one pair for the week. So let's add it for the pairs for this week. Euro NZD, daily time frame. All right, delete. Now, will I call this bullish or will I call this bearish? Let's see weekly first. Weekly, it's also bullish, right? Let me delete everything to have a clearer perspective. Daily time frame. Daily time frame is bearish, right? I'm going to call this a structure point. So this is the lower low, this is the higher high, this is the higher low. So price just broke below that level. 4-hour time frame, let us see. 4-hour time frame is bearish, so no two time frame is sync, and I'm already having a lot of doubts here, so there's no need for me to risk my money on some trade that I'm not really sure. Next pair, Euro USD. Euro USD still all over the place. I still haven't had any movement. I think I was looking for a break and retest on that here to sell. Price has been bullish. Let's just delete this alert, by the way. It's not going to happen in any time. Next pair. So this week is going to be boring. Wow. CAD JPY. I like JPY pairs. They are very respectful, especially to this strategy. So let us see here. Here's the daily time frame. First thing I can see here is some form of upward trend that seems to have been broken right now, right? But let's delete it and analyze with instead of forget we, right? So this time frame is what? This time frame is bearish here, bullish. I think it's bullish. Let's see the weekly time frame. Weekly time frame is bullish. This is the higher high, this is the higher low, and it's like we have some area here on the weekly. Let's look at the daily. So this is a weekly area of interest, and it aligns here with the daily somehow, right? There's just a lot of market structure that is not clean or clear, right? But so far it's looking good for buys. Four-hour time frame is bearish. This market is not as clean. And do we even have that 2 time frame in sync? What did I say 4-hour and daily is again? Daily is bullish, 4-hour is bearish. So we don't even have 2 time frame in sync. Right, this is the higher high. I mean, this is the lower low and this is the lower high. If price have to close above this high again, that the move is already way too much. It's too far from area, right? Because if you have to break above this high right here for it to even turn bullish, Price is already way too far from area. Price has already basically done an extra 117 pips from area of interest. So I'm not really like interested in that pair. Next pair, USD card. USD card daily time frame. Let's see. USD card, the daily time frame is bullish, and it looks like this right here is the move. I'm coming. Let me see. Let's look at the 4-hour time frame. The 4-hour time frame is bullish. In this case, looks like we might just be using the 4-hour time frame to trade this market. Let's see. What is a high here? I mean, look at all these highs on the weekly. Let's see the daily again. This market, I don't know. I'm trying to force it now or what? Because clearly there's an area right here, right? And this right here was the break and the retest, and this is the move right here. So which means the move will happen, but the 4-hour looks clean for buys. And there's a minor area there on the 4-hour. But it looks to me that I'm forcing it. By the way, the momentum coming into this area was too much compared to the buying momentum. So I think we'll just sit it out. We don't need to force it. NZD USD. Let's see. The daily time frame is bullish. Yes, the daily time frame is bullish. From the EME, it also looks like it's switching bullish too. So let us see an area of interest. It's not it's not clear. Can't, is it that my eye is not working? All right, so let us draw this one right here. All right, so this time frame I said is what? Bullish. All right, so the weekly time frame. The weekly time frame. It's actually bullish. It actually just shifted bullish on the weekly. And then the 4-hour time frame. The 4-hour time frame is also bullish. So we have 3 time frame in sync, right? So 1-hour time frame, price has basically had a break, some form of retest. Seems to be shifting structure, even if the time frame is still bullish, right? But I like that it's still looking like it's shifting structure again. So this is a trade that will be ready in few candles as soon as we see an engulfing. This right here is a doji, right? If price open, it's going to open with momentum to one, either to the downside or to the upside. So where to enter is the problem. Okay, on the 30 minutes it looks cleaner. Let's see. Basically on 30 minutes it looks like we are supposed to be entering here. I'll just add this for the pairs for this week. I'm not really sure exactly how I'm going to play it exactly. NZD card looks very similar to NZD USD, but it's not clean to me. 4-hour time frame here. 4-hour time frame is also bullish here, but I can't basically even see an area of interest even on the 4-hour time frame. It's too far. Or this right here. I don't force it. Euro JPY. This video is not long. That's it. Euro JPY. Let's check the 4-hour time daily time frame. The daily time frame. The weekly time frame. I don't like this pair also. Let's go over to another pair. USD JPY. Let's see the daily. The daily time frame is basically just choppy. 4-hour time frame also is bearish, but do not have any clean market structure that I can use, and looks like price likes consolidating way too much. There's no need to trade it. GBPJPY. The daily time frame is bullish. The daily time frame is bullish. The weekly time frame is also bullish, right? So we might just use this area of interest as the weekly area of interest first to see what we have. Now this price action is far, but there's two price has reacted recently from that area, right? So still valid. Okay, so let's go to the daily again. All right, so from the daily, it's looking cleaner now. So this is the higher high, this is the higher low. Okay, all right, so the 4-hour time frame is also bullish. 4-hour time frame is also bullish. Let's delete this one. Which means we'll need a retracement back into around here to buy. Somewhere around here to buy. The 1-hour time frame on GBPJPY is bullish, so we'll still be expecting price to come around here to buy. I don't know if I'm adding it for the pairs for this week because it's scattered. GBP card, last pair. GBP card on the daily time frame is bullish. It's bullish, and the weekly is also bullish, clearly. Then the 4-hour time frame is what? It's bullish. Can't force this trade. So seems like we don't have a lot of good markets this week. So let us see what we have. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 pairs this week. So let us see what we have again. First pair NZD, GBPNZD should be the first pair. So GBPNZD first pair, the daily time frame is bearish because we just close below this low, right? But it's a risky one because there's a lot of support and resistance area right here that price could react from, right? But this is the daily time frame. Anyway, it's the next candle that might be very valid. 4-hour time frame on this same time frame has a much more cleaner market structure. It seems like we have a head and shoulder, left head. Okay, we don't have a head and shoulder here, but we have a clean break and retest, right? We have price creating very textbook trade. Let me draw it, right? This is basically what price is just doing. So if I bring it down, it's very textbook. You can see creating a series of lower lows and lower highs. So clearly we are going to continue selling because the market is bearish, right? On the 1-hour time frame, we are still going to be looking for a break and retest under this level in order for price to shift structure to bearish for us to buy. This might actually be the only pair I'll take this week, right? Every other pair is almost like I forced it a little bit, right? So this one, the second pair we have is NZD USD. We have an area of interest and price is bullish, so we should be looking for buys. 4-hour time frame is also bullish, right? So in this time frame, I actually feel like the cleaner the time frame we should use, the better, right? So we should I might be thinking of using just the 4-hour time frame as entries for this particular one. I don't know how to play it on a 1 hour exactly, right? So depending on how price opens or close, I'll just decide on what to do. So if you're in the Telegram, is I will let you guys know, right? I'll let you guys know what to do because I'm not really sure exactly how to enter, or if I'm going to enter from an engulfing, or whether I don't know, man. GBPUSD is another pair. We are simply going to be waiting for the game plan we have been waiting for since. A break and retest above here. If it happens, I'll be taking a trade this week too. And then the last pair, GBPCHF, we're also looking for how to buy, right? We're also looking for how to buy. So let's go to the 4-hour again. Alright, so GBPCHF is also a good one. So let me rearrange this pair to something like this. Yeah, so GBPNZD and GBPCHF are my favorite pair this week, right? If I have a clean enough break and retest above here, I'm interested in buying GBPCHF and GBPNZD. If we have a clean enough break and retest below on the 1-hour time frame, I'll be entering GBPNZD. So that's pretty much the pairs for this week. I'll be creating a shorter version of this video. So that's pretty much it, you guys. Remember to subscribe to the channel. It's free. We are at 700 subscribers right now, which is very massive, right? Thank you guys for subscribing, and I'll see you guys in the next video.